This game is $2,000 on Steam at time of recording, so let's see if it's worth that much for this chud screed piece of shit. APOLOGUE. You're gonna have to apologue to anyone who actually buys this game. Nice contrast, by the way, with white text on a background with a bunch of white on it. There is an idea called the human cycle which cannot be stopped. There's an idea called the human cycle which cannot be stopped as long as humanity continues to exist. This has been the case since the inception of civilization, however, with unprecedented advancements in science. Things might not be the same as they used to be, whereas previously only a small portion of people could afford being weak. The situation is different. Today, most Western men are feminine, while most of the Western women today are masculine. Men mistake being weak as being good, so they do not offend females, while women take on the more masculine role of as their men are pathetic, weak, no Oxford comma, D-, and incapable of taking the lead. If men remained masculine, women would never have to stand up and do it themselves. Thanks for this big title scroll, by the way. Nevertheless, the reason for this shift is not as one-dimensional as one would like to believe. One of the main causes of this modern disease is the fact that many plastic products release estrogen, and plastic is cheap to use for a multitude of business ventures. However, blaming any one person or group of people will not solve the problem. Instead of trying to find the cure for this problem, we must go back and realize what has worked for thousands of years. It is the human disease that God gives a man honey, and he creates his own medicine instead. Both genders, citation needed, which genders, feel most natural in their respective masculine and feminine energies. However, the modern way of, also very nice here, very nice contrast, of living got people so distracted from the reality that they cannot even decide what gender they are. That just immediately got transphobic, and I saw it exactly coming from the store page. Things did not improve 30 years later, and men are weaker than they have ever been. As a result, their testosterone is so low that most men are incapable of having children. Humanity is facing a crisis like no other before, as they can no longer reproduce reliably. The few men, again, great contrast, that would like to try are unable to find a female that is feminine enough to participate. Participate in what? Voting? Not all countries are hit equally, as this is mostly a problem in the modern society. The few tribes that have been influenced by the modern society yet are currently the most balanced and capable people alive. Honey, you do realize that, like, a whole bunch of tribal civilizations have third genders, and have for centuries, you fucking mullet. The population of humans on Earth, again, great contrast. I love this white text with no glow effect or anything against this white fucking background. This is powerfully stupid. The population of humans on Earth has dropped by almost... Also, I love how Earth is not capitalized, so they're just on Earth, like land. Beautiful. Also, shut the fuck up, game. Your music is not very good. This is like a Dave Sim screed. Is this Dave Sim? Has Dave Sim sent this to me? I got a review copy for this because I was not giving this fucking weirdo $2,000 for this. I'm not even reading it at this point. I don't care. I'm not reading this. This is bullshit. If you want to read this, go ahead. Try. I dare you. You want people to pay attention to your fucking nonsense. Look at this. And you mock leftist memes. I'm taking a picture of this and saying right-wing memes. And this is what you've done to your fucking people. You understand this, right? You have just made it so that I can send this to anyone who's like, huh, leftist meme. I'll be like, this is a right-wing meme, motherfucker. The difference between a right-wing meme like this though is fucking gobbledygook. Instead of being based in any material reality known heretofore to man and any other, you know, gender. I'm just gonna say that to piss them off. I don't care. Most people are not gonna give a shit if you say man as like to mean humanity. Like, yeah, it's pointlessly gendered, but also like who the fuck actually cares? Not too many people. Brian is covered by the fuck. It's $2,000. It's $2,000. I got this for a review like 2 months ago, and I was just like, amazing. I have found my joke game of the year. Holy shit, this fucking dumbass thought he was being so fucking brilliant. He thought he was being so fucking, like, oh my god, I'm so smart. There's not even any text, you can't read any of it. Energies are necessary for Brian, as they are the only forces that distinguish us as superior beings. Okay, you can read it, if you so choose. Why would you so choose, though? This is the hidden and unknown? No, it's just a wallpaper! What are you supposed to do? Amazing gameplay, by the way. They make fun of, like, oh, Gone Home, it's a walking simulator. What is this? Is this a wallpaper simulator, then? Holy shit. Apologue. Oh my god, they actually... Apologue. Initializing protocol. Animus apt... Why is the text so bad? Why do you have to put this fucking... I love my bisexual lighting, but why do you have to put it on a blue background as text? I get it, this is your bisexual coming out, but, like, come on. What the fuck is this? Can I do it again? You broke... You don't even have any gameplay! This is just a fucking cutscene! You don't even have any text and you still have bugs! You don't even have any gameplay and you still have bugs! This is just a book! You know I am not a big fan of football, Brian said. This is only a video game because this dumbass doesn't know how to format text. I guarantee you that. He would love to have this side by side with like Roosh V or something. In this school, all we ever do is play football, but I enjoy it. Words people have said. Look, when you are in the defense, no one can get through. Dylan said with a hint of repressed envy. Yeah, I know. He's such a leftist sad boy, Brian is. I don't know. It just seems kind of pointless to me, Brian said as he was visibly contemplating about the matter at hand. The teacher creates teams and the game starts. This is the worst game ever made. If you have any other game you think is the worst ever made, you're wrong. You can't get worse than this. It's $2,000. Look at this. AI art in a $2,000 game. Look at this. Look at this fucking soccer goal. The perspective is so bad. It looks like the fucking back of the net is like towards the front. But then it's got like this fucking like it's got this like side net that's broken. So it's not even a good fucking... What did you do? Did you pay the artist a Pop-Tart and some pocket lint? What the fuck? Dylan looks over at Brian as he is charging in his direction with the ball. Brian proceeds to successfully kick the ball away from Brian and charges in the opposite direction while passing the other players. As he reaches the goal, he kicks the ball but misses the target and the ball goes in the wrong direction. A slight disappointment could be seen on Brian's face as he jogs back to his defensive position. The game finishes a few minutes later, with most of the players sweaty and tired. I don't even want to play with you, Brian. You never let me try and score. The rest of the players could be heard complaining about Brian failing to hit the goal and not passing instead. I stay and defend, someone complains, I attack, and the rest of you complain instead. What? Brian says with a slight confusion and laughter. Yeah, that sounds like something you'd be laughing while you're saying, I stay and defend. Someone complains, I attack. And some of you complain instead? Perhaps you'd all be better off if I did nothing. No comma here? Huh. So it's nothing, huh? What is a nothing, huh? How do you do nothing, huh? Because that's what he's doing right now, nothing, huh? Because you didn't put a comma here, dumb fuck. As the kids finish changing clothes, they move back to their classroom. The class is having a short break before the start of the next session, or lesson. Brian is sitting at the same desk as Jake like most days, while talking to him casually. Whose idea was it to create a joint account on which we play the space strategy game together again? What space strategy game? And why does Brian not know the game he plays? Is that the name of the game? The space strategy game? I don't really remember, and I know the password idea was mine. This is why you can't trust fascists. They don't know how people talk. They don't even know what, like, being a person is. They think that the world is disconnected in feminine and masculine energies. Like absolute fucking clods. Yeah, because 8/8 is very secretive. Brian chuckles as he finishes his sentence. Bro, you're in school. None of you give a shit about each other's passwords, and none of you are gonna think 8/8 unless they overhear you. saying it, like, in the middle of class, like a dumbass. Brian. Well, at least we won't forget it. Ha 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 ha. The better question would be, why did they call it Zero Game? So he knows the name of the game. Or Brian should know the name of the game. It has a name. They're not afraid of getting sued by Blizzard. Which, granted, why would they? They haven't tried to form a union or been, or had their breast milk stolen by Blizzard. Those are the only people they would consider suing at, ActiBliz K. ActiBliz King, rather. Perhaps because, yeah, this is something that a child would say, perhaps because it's all mainly numbers, and it's not really as much of a game compared to others. Compared to others? Like what? Foot game? Anyway, I have recruited some new people into our clan. Sorry, another typo here. You clearly meant to spell clan with a K. It is spelled with a C. You fucking maladroit hack. Once again, so we might be able to build those Star Destroyers. You won't say StarCraft, but you will say Star Destroyers, yeah. This is the one time I want, something to get struck with a fucking CND. Holy shit. With their help. Brian said with a slight smile on his face. Yeah, we need... And I know they obviously couldn't cease and desist for saying Star Destroyer, but still. Yeah, we need to do that as our clan with a K. Again, you have another typo already, and we're not even 20 minutes in. Is reaching top 20 now. We might face some larger adversaries. Words a child would say. This is how children talk. Even thousands of is it no, it's hundreds of years later, because it's like 2727 or whatever is the year. Again, this art is just fucking terrible. Like, is this actually AI art? Because it very well may be. If not, you need to get a refund. Even if you're the one who made it, you need to get a refund from yourself. You need to charge yourself however much it costed to make this game, which I would assume is, like I said before, Pop-Tart and some pocket lint. I have had a chat with the top 5 player on the server. The top 5 player? It's all one person? He's smurfing so much, he has the top 5 all locked down, and he will ally up with us. Why not say ally with us? Why not say join up? So we should be able to defend it off. Defend what off? Wait, really? Moon replied to you? Jake said with a genuinely surprised face. I work at a call center, dude. Don't fucking get mad at me for mispronouncing words. I talk way too much, as is, for work. Yeah, he saw that our clan with a K is raising up, so he chose to agree with the alliance. Bro. Did you talk like this when you were a child? You're considering how you wrote your Steam description and what you wrote as the apologue, I'm hazarding that yes, this is actually this is autobiographical. You are Brian. That's amazing. It's good to see some results after months of effort. It's finally starting to pay off. Just as Jake finishes his sentence, the bell rings and everyone moves back to their desks for the next lesson. Okay. The school director, Mr. Zach. Mr. Zach, is he friends with Mr. John? How about, Mrs. Joan? Brilliant. That's not a name of a person. Mister. This is not the name of a person, and you can't fucking psyop me into thinking otherwise. Why? Why is it this color? Today we are doing exercises again. Once again, whoever solves the physics problem correctly first gets an A+. Bro, you're talking about how, like, everyone's so fucking feminine, and then it's like, here, let's have the most stupidly fucking competitive, for no reason, school in existence. Why would you grade things based on who says it first? That doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. Then you're just fucking encouraging people to speed along and get it wrong, instead of actually learning and thinking about the problems. This is how they want the world to be, by the way. They're just like, how do we run society? It can't be how it is now, because it's too gay, and it's too feminine, and it's too trans. It's too, threatening. How about threatening to me as a white person, I should say. So how about, instead, we just do everything the most competitive as possible? That has to be better. After a few minutes of silence, and kids working hard on the problem, a loud noise of a chair movement could be heard. That is so clumsy and bad. Brian moves the chair he is sitting on backwards and calmly walks up to Mr. Zach to show him his solution he wrote down. At the same time, Jake rushes over to hand Mr. Zach his own solution, however, too late, since Brian got there first. This is such bad writing. This is real Turner Diaries type shit. As Mr. Zach checks Brian's answer, he nods at Brian and writes down a note. Well done, Brian. You got yourself an A+, just like always. Brian walks back to his desk with a slight smile on his face. As Brian leaves, Mr. Zach looks over Jake's solution, nods at him as well. Well done, Jake, just too late this time. Jake walks back to his desk, showing no superficial emotion. The class soon ends as several other kids get good marks, and Mr. Zach presents a few new ideas in the field of physics. Is he a scientist? The kids at the playground after their lessons are over. But it's in the same... it's in the same font and same style as... Alright, Dylan, it's your turn to seek. Don't go hiding too far. Alright, counting now. What? Why is that a comma instead of a period, you fucking nerd? 60, 59, 58... Brian and Jake immediately run off to hide. 3, 2, 1, ready or not. I am coming? This has broken me. This is not how you play hide and seek. What are the new generations doing to hide and seek? What did hide and seek do to deserve this? I understand that the creator of this game I understand that he's Finnish. Or something, I don't care. He's white, I don't give a shit. Nah, I'm fucking with him. If that actually offends you, then congratulations. I'm also white. I'm just trying to piss this fucking developer off because I know he's probably watching this because he has such thin fucking skin from what I was seeing on the Steam page. After a few minutes of searching, Dylan runs up. Why is it suddenly in italics? Dylan runs up to Jake as he spots him and taps him on the shoulder. Ha, gotcha. Alright. Time to find Brian. Brian is observing the two from behind the small group of trees as they search for him. After about 30 minutes, yeah, at this point they are going to give up. I should move around a bit so they can spot me. I see you, Brian, Dylan shouts as he spots him moving out of the group of trees. Come and catch me then. Why not have any emotion in your writing? This is soulless. Maybe put a tilde after then. Oh wait, that's too gay. Tildes are squiggly. And this is for real hard boys. After a few minutes of exhausting effort trying to catch Brian, he manages to get out of sight of Jake and Dylan. This is a merry stew if I've ever seen one. He's perfect at class, he's perfect at soccer, he's perfect at hide and seek. How are you fucking perfect at hide and seek, dude? Unless you're like an older kid at this point. Or is no one else playing hide and seek? Is it just 3 kids? Are they the only 3 kids in this school? Cause that's all I've seen. Where did he go? Dylan said with a surprise on his face. A surprise on his face? What, a face hugger? Oh, he's got a birthday cake! Ooh! He was just here, I swear I saw him, Jake said in confusion. Brian attempts breathing very quietly as he is exhausted due to running away from Dylan and Jake. As he catches some breath, he peeks out of his cover, realizing that Jake and Dylan are confused and searching the area. Brian slowly manages to sneak around them and getting back to the place. Bro, your tenses are fucked up, man. And gets back to the place where the rest of the kids are. Bro, you're charging $2,000 for this. Get your fucking tenses right, man. I'm serious, like, this is fucked up, man. If you're actually gonna charge anyone, or even, like, make it look like you're going to charge anyone $2,000, fucking know how tenses work, please. And also, why the tangent here with the Y, like, going over? This looks horrible. Just move it up a little bit so that the fucking Y is not creating a tangent with the text box. You fucking loser. You know what? Let it be. He will come to us. Dylan said as he deemed it impossible to find Brian after a seemingly long time of search. 30 minutes of hide and seek is a very long time. Like, what are you fucking talking about? Yeah, he will see us going back. As they arrive back to... Bro, this is so repetitive. As they arrive back to where the rest of the kids are, they notice Brian and chuckle as they move towards him. Brian glances over at Jake and Dylan as he says, "Where have you been, guys? Where have you been, guys?" Put a comma after the word been so that it is, "Where have you been, guys?" Also, why not spice up your writing a little bit? Have it, "Where have you been, guys?" Make it YA and make it flow better, like a normal person communicating, as opposed to, where have you been, guys? He's just like, where have you been, guys? That's how it's written. How did you do that? Jake said with curiosity. I literally passed behind you as you were confused about where I went. Brian laughs as he remembers the moment. It was literally like maybe 5 minutes ago in the narrative. Both of you were so confused, it was hard not to laugh. This is how it's written, by the way. Haha, that was really sneaky of you. After the kids play some more games, their parents come and pick them up so they can go home. After arriving home, Brian does his homework and some learning. He does some learning, huh? As soon as he finishes his duties, he goes to his old laptop with a 4:3 screen resolution and starts playing some video games. Brian browses the Zero Game website. Player leaderboard ZX0 Puffy 3 Moon. No way. Brian continues browsing the website. Clan leaderboard GKG JFH IBV SSM. Of course it's SS. The writer of this is a Nazi. If the Dave Sim-esque opening fucking like word vomit didn't already say otherwise. By the way, SS, for those unaware, you could say is a Nazi thing. Sorry, I'm just rubbing my temples. This is truly unknown. Brian buys some upgrades on the strategy game. Why not say Zero Game? You've already established the name of the fucking game. Sends some resources to his other planets and then closes the website. Oh, so it's EVE Online, not StarCraft. You should have said it was a space econ game and then I would have understood. Afterwards, he plays some other less serious games online, such as expand your world a little bit more. Add some unnecessary details so that it feels like you actually have a world, instead of, you know, the vague semblance of, like, this is what is referred to in Silicon Valley as a minimum viable product. That's what this game is. Look at this. You cannot tell me that you fucking made this game and this shit is what you actually wanted to fucking release commercially for $2,000. Brian goes to sleep as per his usual schedule, already prepared for the next day in school. Brian wakes up, gets ready for... Why is it sometimes italicized when it's an action and sometimes not? Brian made a mistake. He was gonna go to school like a dumbass on the weekend. Brian was gonna go to school on a Saturday. And the writer of this thinks that's like a character strength, that he is so empty and vacuous and perfect that he would his biggest mistake is that he thinks so much about school he'd go to school on the weekend. This is the most Poindexter-y kid you've ever seen. You know a kid like this. Were they ever happy? Do you think the person who wrote this is happy? Do you think that this person sat down and wrote this? And said, yeah, I'm doing okay today? Do you think he said that in a while? Do you think he's ever said that? And actually meant it to himself? Must have been a long time ago, cause I'm not buying it. Oh my god, this art is fucking terrible. This is so fucking boring. It's like fucking mashed. Like, this is microwaved AI art. There's not even a window up here. And then it just leads out and there's a canopy for nothing. And oh my god, the more I look at it, there's no fourth. This thing is gonna fall over in the next, like, 3 seconds after this environment. Brian rings the bell to the entrance and awaits his best friend Jeremy. Who is Jeremy and why has he not been hanging out with his friend? And why was this not introduced sooner as an idea that he has a friend, his best friend is Jeremy? I thought his best friend was Jake. And also, hey, newsflash, don't have the person who you present like you would the best friend have the name start with the same letter and, like, phonetic pronunciation of that letter as the person who is later revealed to actually be his best friend. Because then you're automatically falling into the trap of Jeremy and Jake are the same person in the reader's head. So what are we doing today? Brian asks with curiosity. I don't know. What do you want to do? None of these people care about anything. And that's because the person who wrote this doesn't care about anything. And has no, like, actual ideas or thoughts or feelings or emotions beyond, like, what he has written in a fucking, like, absolute fucking state of derangement. Well, we can go play the game with our own little world in the economy, you know, the one where I bought some new land. Again, why is it like sometimes he's like so it seems like he's so evasive, like he doesn't even want to say the name's game, the game's name. Does he not like it? Does he not like? Do they sue you if you say the name? Fairly enough. You should know, though. Fairly enough. What tractor? It's not in the environment. What tractor? They haven't moved, so where's the fucking tractor game? Also, why is Jeremy's name the same color as the fucking background? This is so fucking terrible. Like, I know that this is not a troll game. The person who wrote this actually believes all of this shit. Right? But he is so unmoored from talent or any ideas or thoughts or curiosity or imagination that all he can do is put blue text on a blue background. Makes you think. Let's see if and this dialogue is fucking terrible. Only this old tractor is his so far. Do not worry. Again, put fucking don't so it sounds like someone's fucking talking to someone. We are still the ones that are rich. We're still the rich ones. We're still the only ones rich. Why are you writing this dialogue between children? Haha, so you have been using him as an employee since you gave him that tractor, I assume. Brian looks at Jeremy with a slight ironic smile. Well, let's just say I've been helping him be useful in our economy. You're a real interesting person, writer of this game. You know, you're so interesting, you're such a kind and loving person. And I say this because I know this is what hurts you the most, is ironic compliments and praise. Me ridiculing how bad your writing is, because trust me, it is about as objectively bad as it can get. Like, I know that there's no such real thing as an objective quality to a game. That being said, my point is that you're a bad person, and you know that. You know that you're a bad person, and you like that about yourself. You like that people are afraid of you. You like that no one wants to ever talk to you. That's why you curl up in your fucking room, and you pin this fucking screed. No one ever wants to talk to you. And the people who do talk to you don't even like you, not really. They just want to use you for your tractor. I think that's enough of this wallpaper simulator. Don't buy this. In case you were looking at the $2,000 price tag and thinking that was a bargain. Don't even joke about buying it. Don't even wishlist it. And wait for the inevitable 99... Oh, you can't even put it at a 99% discount. The max Steam will allow is 90. He'll have to give it away. Which, granted, that's the only way anyone will play this game, is if they get sent it, and they're gonna play it as a joke. You know, the only 2 reviews I saw on this game when I was looking at the store page, both of them got it for free, and both of them gave jokingly positive reviews. Guess how many, funnies they were rated? Because it's a lot funnier a joke than this fucking piece of shit.